Okay, let me ask you a question. To have feet or not to have feet on your designer bag? Which team are you on, yay or nay? I am definitely on team yay. I want feet on my designer handbags. I know some people don't care about feet and some people do, and I'm definitely one of those who prefer feet on their handbag. And you know what? So many very expensive designer handbags do not come with feet, including this Chanel bag that I'm holding right here. See, no feet. The Chanel classic flaps, which are like what, 10k plus, do not have feet. And I'm thinking, I want some feet on there. So you know what, today I'm going to DIY add feet to some of my bags to show you that it's not that hard to do. And you know what? There's no damage on the bags. So today I'm going to be taking you through how I'm going to be adding these no damage magnetic feet to my designer handbags, which designer handbags I think it's suitable or has a use case for, and which designer handbags I think it's not suitable or does not have a use case for. Because not every designer handbag has a design that requires or is even suitable to have feet. Even though I prefer it, it just doesn't make sense on some bags. Okay, so let's get into putting handbag feet on this bag. So this is the control of the bag. There's no feet, it's its natural place, sits quite flat on the table, and this is how it rocks. So it's pretty stable, it doesn't fall over when you rock it. So it's already got a good control result in terms of sturdiness, but the feet in this case would just be helping with protecting the base of the bag. So let's see how we go with putting the feet on. So this is how I do it. Okay, so this is what I'll be using. I have 4 pairs of these gold magnets. When I bought them, they were called hijab magnets, so they could hold the fabric of the hijab together under the chin, but I'm sure you can find them under many different names. Some websites probably have them as purse feet or handbag feet. Some have just golden magnet buttons. So I bought 4 pairs. They all came as separate pairs, and I'm going to show you how I put them on the handbags. So first, open up your handbag. Remove anything you have inside, including your purse organizer. Take your first pair, separate the two. So this is just held together by magnetic force. Place it where you want on the first corner, and there. If the magnets are strong enough, they will magnetize together through the pieces of layer or whatever is inside the bag. I'm sure there's cardboard in some of these bags too, including the high-end ones. So it's got to have a strong enough magnet to get through. Sorry about the airplane noise. Okay, number 3 and number 4. So you just, oh. Okay, so you can just move them around to wherever you want. So that's how it now looks. It might look a bit uneven. Just try to even it out to the best of your own taste. Okay, and then now this is the bag. So let's just do the rock test. Oh, probably rocked it too hard there. Okay, still pretty steady. Now, sturdiness of the magnetic force. So it can quite easily move around. See, I moved around too much and now the back and the front have dislodged. So it's not extremely sturdy. Now I have to match up the back and the front again and put it back on. So if you're having like a really wild night out party and going to the club, I would say most likely you are going to lose the feet. They will become dislodged and fall off. So this is more suitable for like a dinner where you're just putting your bag down, or like a meal where you're just putting your bag down and you're not throwing your bag around like you would at the club or at a party. So for ease of putting it on, I would say 10 out of 10 for ease. For damage to the bag or lack of damage to the bag, or safety to the bag, I would say 8 out of 10. The reason why I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 is because I only tested it for a week, and I'll show you the results of my test in a bit, and there was no adverse effects on my Chanel bag after 1 week's use, but I didn't test it for any longer, so I can't give it a full 10 out of 10. For sturdiness of it, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10 because they move around very easily And if you do anything besides put your bag down, most likely you will lose them. So sturdiness of this particular set that I bought, 3 out of 10. There is another YouTuber, Alyssa from the Gals Guy. She has her own YouTube channel and she has her own product called Handbag Feet. Hers look like they have a much stronger magnetic field, and she sells different shapes. So she's got round ones and square ones. Hers look like they're much better quality. So the sturdiness of hers is probably going to be much better than the pair that I bought, because these are just cheapo, like $1.20 Australian. What's that, like 80 cents US a pair. So this is my Vintage Chanel Series 0 single flat bag. And I've had these magnetic handbag feet on there for about a week. So let's see if by taking it off, they've left any damage on the bag. And I thought by doing it on a white bag, it will make it more obvious. So we're looking for any indents or any marks that may have been left. Just going to take out my bag insert. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this off. That came off relatively easy. Like it wasn't really pinching the bag to begin with to stay on. It's on there relatively, it's easy to move. Okay, so I just literally just took that off. And then the inside magnet removed as well. So that's what it looks like there. And the other side is just flat there. Okay, so if you look at the bag, it's still pretty smooth. I don't see any circular indents there or anything. So if I just take off all 4. Okay. So the base of the bag looks pretty unchanged. It looks like it has not left any residual indentation or marks. I still wouldn't leave the feet on there all the time, just when you're taking the bag out. But that is what it looks like with these feet on this bag for about a week. So I'm pretty happy with the lack of marking or indentation it's left on the bag. Okay guys, so these are the bags that I think are suitable to try the handbag feet on. Pretty much any bag that is already structured, already has a flat bottom, and also not too small, because if the magnets are too close together, it won't work. So let's see how it would work on a bigger tote, still with a relatively flat bottom, but much slouchier. So this is the bag as is. Okay, so you can see there, it is stuffed, but it is a slouchy bag, but it does have a flat base, so it can stand up on its own. Now if I put the feet on, so this is another white bag, so it's another example of a bag you want to keep clean. Okay, so you can just move it into place there. And this, you can think it to be similar to totes like the Louis Vuitton Neverfull or whatever type of sort of floppy tote that you have that has a flat but still slouchy base. So this is what it would be like. So not doing any favors for the bag in terms of standing up, but if you did want to protect the bottom, you would probably need to put a 5th foot right here in the middle too to provide proper protection, to be honest. But yeah, so it's kind of sort of useful for a slouchy tote, but not 100% useful unless you added additional feet, like maybe 1, 2, 3 more feet perhaps. And for my vintage Louis Vuitton lovers, this is my St. Cloud GM in the monogram. It does have a flat and structured base, so it already stands up pretty well on its own. So you can see I'm rocking the bag and it's not falling over. But you might want to have feet. Sometimes you're just a feet kind of girl. Plonk her down. Okay, she's still standing up good. Do the rock test. Okay, so this is a bag that I might want to add feet to. For this, oh, my foot has stacked up on top of each other. So given the flimsiness of the nature of these ones, I probably don't see a point, because look, they're not even staying in place. So, you know, you could if you wanted to, but I just don't see a need for this one because there's no vachetta on the bottom. Hello, this is Editing Me here. So what I wanted to clarify about the St. Cloud GM bag in the monogram is it was due to the flimsiness of these cheaper quality magnetic handbag feet. It just wasn't worth the hassle of trying to put them on the St. Cloud monogram because the bottom is already flat, sturdy, and stands up well and is already made from a hard-wearing material. Unlike another bag that might have had a vachetta bottom, which is more delicate, this one doesn't really need much protection, so the feet weren't really necessary on this bag. So I still think it's a suitable bag to put it on, but just for this particular one, it just really maybe didn't need the hassle. So maybe if it was a vachetta bottom, then it would have been a more optimistic outcome for this bag. But still, it had the right sort of shape to be putting the handbag feet on. You'll see later, I have another similar situation with the Coach Cassie Original. Very similar type of base, but just a little bit like thinner in the base, and it just didn't work that well because the magnets were just a little bit too close together. So later on when you see the Cassie and think, oh, that's a bit of a similar situation. How come this one was suitable and that one wasn't? That is why, because this one's a little bit thicker in the base and the Cassie is a little bit thinner in an upcoming clip. Okay guys, so these are the bags that I think it's not going to work on. Mini bags, bags that do not have a flat bottom, for example, a folded up bottom or an accordion bottom, and bags that are overly slouchy. Now, if you had a bag like this, so this is the Coach Cassie Original size, really similar to the Louis Vuitton Pochette Matisse, also really similar to the really popular Paris 15 from Dress Up Your Purse. Again, it has a flat base, and this is how it stands up. Okay, so here are the feet on the Coach Cassie now. So you can see it's only going to be on this flat part, and it's not really going to offer any protection for these accordion parts here. Okay, so it's standing up there. Okay, that still seems pretty stable, even though I rock it. Oh, feet there. So they're pretty close to each other. It kind of seems a bit superfluous on this bag. It's not really necessary because the feet, they're really close to each other anyway. This is not a color that really needs protecting, so I probably wouldn't end up seeing a need to use on this bag, so I probably wouldn't go ahead and use it again. Look how close the magnet. They really want to keep coming together, keep coming close to each other on this bag, so it's just not working out for me here. Okay, so next up, this is a type of bag that has one of these folded bottoms. As you can see here, it folds up into a bit of a triangle, so the base is not flat. This is my vintage Hermes Saxandrine bag. It is a box calf leather bag, gorgeous box calf leather from the 1970s. So it does stand up on the table somewhat. So you can see, but there's a triangle at the bottom. But it does stand up on its own. Not entirely well, but I can place it like that to stand up. Now let's see if there's any use putting feet on the bottom of this bag. Can you guys believe I got this Hermes bag for under 1,300 euro? Can you believe that? That was such a great deal for this bag, I thought. Hence, I jumped on it. And this was bought from a French reseller. Okay, I pretty much don't see any point in having feet on this one just by judging from the configuration already. This bag honestly has the nicest interior. Okay, so the feet, they're just facing inwards, so there's basically no point. And then when you put it on the table, the feet aren't even in contact with the table anyway, they're just folded in. So that is a useless type of bag. No need for feet. Feet do not serve a purpose on this type of bag. Okay guys, so tell me your final thoughts. What do you think about these handbag feet that I put on that are magnetic? Let me know, is it a yay or a nay? Will you be trying it or will you not be trying it? And what is your overall stance? Do you require your designer handbags, or is it of your opinion that designer handbags should have feet if it makes sense? Like for example, I think it made sense on this one. Now, even though what I'm using are really cheap quality handbag feet, Alyssa from the Gals Guide, she has a product called Handbag Heels and hers look pretty high quality. I haven't tried it for myself, but I watched a few review videos and hers look pretty good. She has square shaped and round shape and they seem to have very strong magnetic force. So if you are interested, I would recommend trying her one instead of the low quality ones like I bought, because I'm not totally satisfied with these ones that I bought. Like the sturdiness, I give it a 3 out of 10. Now, if you guys haven't already seen, the top handle of my vintage Bali Kelly bag actually broke off, and I show you how I DIY fix it in this video. And if you haven't already seen my fall handbag collection, I'll leave that video here for you.